Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to Simple C10. Thanks for joining in. So it's been a minute since I've made a video, and it's just life has been crazy, building projects going on, church, work, a bunch of stuff happening right now, but I'm excited to hop back into the Lucky build, and I want to get you caught up on where we were last. The last video that I made was from SETN, and that was right when I was getting the bedwood done on Lucky and just really trying to finalize that truck. But there's still a list a mile long that's going to go on Lucky. I got the vintage air, I've got the AIC sub box that's right behind me from Slosh Subs, got to get that in there. Got some kick panels, got a lot of stuff to install in this truck, so I'm excited. But today what we're going to talk about is how I refreshed the engine bay on Lucky and then installed the small block Chevy with the Holley mid-mount front, the cold case radiator, and I'll walk you step by step through that, how I spray painted it, cleaned it up, to show you that you can have a really nice clean engine bay with just some spray paint, some tape, and a little bit of your time. With the Sweet Patina Black Out paint on the frame, made it look really good. Before we hop into the Lucky build over here, I want to update you on some stuff I got going on the website. So a lot of you have seen I've been working on these guides. I've always had the air ride guide. I've updated that with all the things that you need to know to bag your truck. And some other guides that I have going on is the vintage LS guide. So I partner with Delmo. I'm offering all the vintage style LS stuff on the website, and I'm working on a guide to show you step by step how to get that retro style LS engine. So check that out. I've also updated the transport guide. So if you've wanted transport wheels, you're wondering, are they safe? How do you get them to fit? How do I install hubcap clips on them? All the things, check out the transport guide. And last but not least, this is the one that I'm the most excited about, is the 60 to 62 guide. So this is for any of the 60 to 62 C10s. It's going to walk you how to bag those trucks because the frame's different. They've got torsion bars, they've got an X frame in the back. I've got a 60 sitting in the driveway that you're going to see me build next. So I'm really excited about that. I've partnered with Porterbuilt and a lot of other companies. We're going to build this truck. But check out the 60 to 62 guide. I show you how to take off all the torsion bar front. You can install the VeloWorks torsion bar delete kit, but I don't want to get too much into it. You got to go check it out. And if you're new here, I wanted to remind you, almost all the parts that I talk about are on my website, simplec10.co. That's a great way to support me and keep the channel going, is by purchasing some parts from me, subscribing to the channel, liking this video. All that stuff adds up and really supports me. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Let's hop into this Lucky build and let's check out this small block Chevy that we have in the 66 C10. I'm going to show everybody what we're working with. 350 right here. It's not bad looking, just really dirty. I'm sure at one time this thing looked pretty good. I've got a new cold case radiator for it with electric fans. We've got the Holley mid-mount system for the front. It's got an AC compressor, the power steering, all the things that we need. New Holley vintage air cleaner. The Sniper 2 from Holley. The plan is to black out this whole engine as much as we can, and we'll have black and stainless in here. Little touches of stainless, clean up the firewall, organize all these wires. You can always see there's a ton of wires on these old trucks, paint flaking off. I'm not a fan of this chrome master cylinder and booster. I think that thing is ugly. So I'm going to take that out of there. If you see any of this stuff that you want, if you want that air cleaner, if you want this master cylinder, valve covers, any of the stuff that I'm taking off this truck, if you're local, I can sell you the radiator and the fan and all that kind of stuff. I can ship some of the smaller things. So just reach out, comment on this video, follow me on Instagram and just DM me. I'm willing to ship everything. I ship a lot of stuff with my business already. So just let me know. I'm going to be taking out this overflow, taking out the window washer, the horn, just trying to clean up all this stuff. That way it'll look nice and clean with those inner fenders from GMSS and the front core support covers. Bucky has made its way to RS Restorations here. They got the engine pulled out. Now it is time to clean up this mess. I'm going to grind down the frame, put some of that Sweet Patina Black Out paint on the front, get it looking like the rest of the frame. GMSS is sending some panels for the firewall and also some inner fender panels right here. We're going to clean all this up. I've got to cut that transmission cross member out of there and put the new TinWorks cross member in. And then we'll be cooking with grease, right? Grease lightning. So we're going to jump into it. A lot of work to do today. So I just started off sanding this with a angle grinder with some 80 on there, really just trying to knock the dirt off of it, grind down some of the old paint. Then I used some brake cleaner and some degreaser to just clean up the frame everywhere that I was going to use the Sweet Patina Black Out paint. And yeah, after I got it pretty clean, I didn't get it perfect as you can see in the video. I just tried to get it as clean as possible. This was inside. I wasn't able to pressure wash it. But here I have the Sweet Patina Black Out paint and I'm just brushing it on everywhere that I can get it. This stuff actually will hide a lot of the small imperfections, so I put it on there pretty thick, let it dry really good, and it does a great job of protecting the frame. So I use this stuff on pretty much every single build. Next, I just ground down the firewall and the inner fenders. I used some 80 on a DA and then just kind of got the rough spots and ground it down as much as I can. Now remember, I'm going to use the GMSS inner fender covers on the inside and the firewall, so I wasn't worried about getting it perfect, but I wanted it to look pretty good. I started off by using the Rust Restore and I covered everything. That way I had a nice little primered surface. And then I went back with the Rust-Oleum Satin and I just sprayed everything with the satin. When you first get done spraying everything with the satin, it kind of looks glossy, but the more that it dries, the more it kind of has that satin matte kind of look to it. So I like it a lot more when it dries, and you'll see it later on whenever I'm installing the engine components. But just tape up everything really good. After we finished up putting the engine in, I went ahead and put on the Holley Sniper sheet metal intake. A lot of people haven't seen those before. I just happened to notice them when I was on their website. So I put that on there, and then I put the Holley retro style valve covers. This is part of their vintage series, I believe. And went ahead and put the oil caps on there, put the $1,000 Holley sticker to make it worth a lot more money. Looks really good. But seriously though, I do like how these look on the engine with it being all blacked out with a nice touch of stainless. After that, I got started with the Holley mid-mount serpentine system. So I love this system. It has your AC compressor, your power steering pump, your water pump all built in, and it's really easy to install. So you put the bottom part on first, and then all the housing is part of the water pump. You say I'm putting in some of the gaskets and just getting it ready to install on the truck. The directions are great on these things. It walks you step by step how many torque pounds and all that kind of stuff, so it's really easy. I've installed a couple of these now. This truck is going to be an AC only truck, so I'm going to go ahead and plug the heater holes on the back of the water pump here, and you'll plug them on the right side as well. So there's a couple different ways that you can run your heater hoses on these, and it makes everything really easy to hook up. So once you have those plugged, you're going to go around, you're going to put your water pump on. The water pump is actually this front piece that I'm putting on right now. You've got a gasket. This front piece slides on, so if the water pump ever goes out, you just got to unbolt those 6 bolts and then replace that front piece. You don't even have to take the water pump off. And I really like that feature in case you ever broke down on the side of the road or anything like that. So you're just going to torque these down, and we'll go ahead and install this on the front of this engine. This is one of the main reasons I love this Holley front runner system, is because it's 4 bolts. 4 bolts are going to bolt in that water pump on the front of the engine, and that's all that's going to hold it right there. And then everything else bolts to it. The AC, power steering pump, the alternator, all that bolts to it, and it makes it so easy. The hardest part of this mid-mount setup is getting the pulley on the power steering pump. So you gotta press it on. I didn't have the tool, but I just grabbed a threaded nut and bolt and then just kind of pressed it on there. You can see here I put the bolt with the nut on it with a washer, and I just kept tightening it down and down until it pressed it on there. That took longer than installing the whole front system, really. If you have the tool to do this, it'll save you a lot of time, but once you get that pulley on there, then it's just a couple bolts, the power steering pump's bolted in, and you're good to go. To finish up this install, you're just going to put the belt on there, and then it has a belt tensioner and then a belt tensioner cover that really cleans up the front. The alternator has a cover that pops on too, just to make it look a little bit better. But that's pretty much it with the front. And again, it's very easy to do. Anybody could do this. It's got great instructions, and it really makes the front of these trucks look awesome. Put a few finishing touches on the intake. Put the thermostat in there with the water housing. I did buy this from Amazon. It's a swivel housing because I wasn't sure exactly what type of hose that I would need for the cold case radiator that we're about to get to next. So I wanted it to be able to swivel. That way I could use a lot of different hoses to make it work. Next, I wanted to show you these block hugger headers and say do not buy these. I've used the stainless ones a million times, but these black coated ones that I got from Amazon were trash. As soon as I heated up the truck, they started melting. You probably saw that video on Instagram, but I am going to show you how to install them because you can always install block huggers that are stainless and have no issues, but for some reason this brand, and I can't even pronounce the brand, did not work well. Next up, we have the cold case radiator. So I've always used Champion radiators in my truck and they've worked fine, but I've reached out to Cold Case and they wanted me to try out their 2-core that's made specifically for these trucks. So when I first read 2-core, I was thinking, I thought 4-core was best, and I'm not very familiar with radiators, but I did some research. A lot of race trucks actually use 2-core radiators, so I'm going to try it on here and I'll give you my honest feedback. So far so good with this radiator. I haven't had any overheating issues, but I really like the way that it looks. It came with the fan, the shroud, and it was a pretty easy install. So you're going to see here I'm trying to mount this radiator in my truck without using the upper bracket. I'm going to fabricate some L brackets out of some aluminum and mount those to the radiator so I don't have to use that top bracket. I think it really makes the front and the top of these trucks look clean. So I've done this on Francis and I did it on another truck as well. So I'm just going to measure and I'm going to make this L bracket bolt into the factory position, the 2 factory bolts, and then mark where it would mount up to the radiator, and then I'm going to paint it black and then install everything and it'll look super clean. Once I got the brackets made, then I got some riv nuts, and I'm going to put these riv nuts in the 4 holes that are on both sides of the cold case radiator. So I've done this in the past with no issues. There's 2 holes whenever you receive the radiator. So I just put those riv nuts in there, and that's the 2 mounting points for the L bracket. I'll just slide it down in there, and then as you can see there, I've got some bolts holding in the bracket. Before I paint it, I want to mock it up and everything. So quick tip here, as you can see, I use the styrofoam from the actual box to kind of hold it in place for me. I'm marking the front holes through the core support and then to where I need to drill the holes. That helped me out a little bit. And then I just drilled the holes. I'm going to mount it all together, make sure it works, and then paint it. The fan shroud and fan on this was super easy to install. It just had some self-tappers in the back, and then the fan bolted in to some pre-made slots in the fan shroud. So they made it really easy there. I'm just sliding this in. You can see I'm getting the bolts started and then bolting this in, and it works really well just for 2 little pieces of aluminum. I think it looked really clean. Cold Case does have this awesome looking radiator cap, and what it does is it pops on the actual cap. That way you can get it lined up with the front of your truck, because I know I'm not the only one that twists their radiator cap like 3 times to try to get it to be centered. But after that, I just wiped down the whole engine bay and cleaned it up, and you can see I think it turned out great for it to just be some Rust-Oleum satin paint. And the GMSS inner fenders and core support covers just really finish off the whole front of this truck. And just check this out. I want to say thank you again for watching the video. If you have yet to subscribe, hit the subscribe button, leave me a like, comment, and thank you so much for your support.